Hi, I'm Caleb Mahoney, and I joined JSTAL this year, and I'm going to be telling you about solitude. So, if you were to go and ask one of your buddies what they think this word means, they'd probably say something like spending time with yourself. But for Jesus, solitude looked different, and he did it for a different reason. He went and spent time with himself so he could be around God and he could hear God's voice. And it was through this that Jesus knew what he was supposed to do. So think of it this way. You're at a sports game and you're trying to watch the game and your friend is trying to talk to you and he's whispering and then he gets a little louder and now he's like talking normally and then he starts yelling and now you can finally hear him because all the noise around, all the people screaming and cheering and all the people walking around the bleachers, all of it just mixes together and you can't hear anything. I remember when I was younger, I went to a Loons game with my family and we sat near standing room only section and they would play their drums and they would sing their chants and it was fun, but for us who just wanted to focus on the game, it made it really hard because they were always being loud and they were always doing something. Now, let's think of this same scenario, but you're trying to hear a still small voice of God amidst the noise of every day. That is why we practice solitude. For me, I practice solitude by just going into my room, playing guitar, skateboarding around, and just decompressing from the day. So in the Bible, there's a guy named David, and in the story, David was trying to get away from some people who were trying to hunt him down. And he found rest by an oasis called En-Gedi. It was in the solitude of En-Gedi that David spent time with the Lord, praising him for his protection and guidance. As he was resting from being chased, he wrote Psalm 23, which talks about how the Lord was with him through it all. So, knowing this, there are numerous examples of why we should practice solitude. But the reason is clear. When we get away and spend time listening for God's voice, we get the next piece of the puzzle for our lives. Everything starts to fall into place. So solitude allows us to escape from all the distractions of life and focus on God's voice. If you really want to know what God has for you, and you're looking for a way to audibly hear him, this is your answer. Take time out of your day and get away to be somewhere quiet. Pray and ask God to speak to you. Then listen for his voice. Remember, it could be still and small.